Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
I'm in the corner.
It's
I'm Brownie.
Oh, you're Brownie. Got it. You have to introduce yourself.
Wait, have you forgotten who Brownie is?
No,
Chris.
but he did.
I mean-
Little Jack Horner.
Sat in the corner.
Kara had a diabolical laugh at the beginning of this episode.
What was it that you said? Somebody with a laugh that evil is not going to go to heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. With a laugh that diabolical, you can't
There you
go to
go.
heaven.
Kara, what do you do in your free time?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wagers fiddles of gold against souls.
Exactly.
So,
Fine, don't worry about it.
some fun This is my transition. So,
With all that being said,
Yeah.
some fun Star Wars news going on is Vader Immortal Episode 3 came out, which we're not going to, no
For the
spoilers.
Oculus.
I was
or-
gonna
For
say
the Oculus, yep.
I haven't played it yet, so
Kara hasn't had a chance to play it. I got through it, but it's finally, so there's the main storyline and then each one has a dojo. And the very first one I played, because of the dojo a lot, it's just you versus droids. And the first one, it lets you use lightsabers. And then the second one, it introduces your ability to use the Force to pull objects towards you. And so the third one is all I've ever wanted from Star Wars, is because there's games like, Perfect Dark back in the day where you could go to the gun range. Do you remember that, Chris? And you could try out all the guns, and there was like
Yep.
3-star challenges. I wanted that, but with Star Wars weapons. And
That was a
Never
completely
heard that.
unnecessary abbreviation
I've
of
never
weapon.
heard it referred to as weps.
Like going from 2 syllables to 1 syllable is such an inconvenient shortening of a word.
Would you guys like to see my weps?
I got a nice stockpile of weps here. Anyways,
It makes me think of internet security, like when you like your WEP thing for your router
yeah, so
settings.
you have like the old was WEP.
Yeah.
And then you have WPA now and 2. And anyways,
I love you.
so I was playing this dojo, and it's everything I've ever wanted and more, finally. And so, I mean, it's the most I've ever felt like a Jedi. I can only imagine how ridiculous I look. But basically, there's remote droids that Luke fights. Those fly around and shoot at you. There's shielded ones. There's suicide ones of those where they turn into a saw and fly at you. There's these flying
Kamikaze droid.
bats that shoot magma at you. Then there's stormtroopers, and then the original lightsaber droid. So all of that is in the new Vader Immortal dojo.
The Chapter 3 dojo.
The Chapter 3 dojo. And so before you start off with a lightsaber, and then on the second one you could use the Force. Well, now on this one, it's not like all the Force powers or anything like that, but it's enough that it's awesome. So now there's blasters that spawn behind you. You can Force choke like stormtroopers. You can Force choke them and throw them. And then as they're flying, you can like reach out and then Force pull their blasters towards you. And because it's VR, everything is where you point and look. And it's just seriously so much fun. So they just throw an unfathomable amount of enemies at you. So I'm sitting here and I'll have my lightsaber, and then you can like throw your lightsaber. You can shoot your blaster with your offhand. It'll run out. You just chuck it, Force choke a stormtrooper, grab his blaster, just shoot, deflect bolts over here. Stuff's going on behind you. And then when you do droids, like when you kill droids by a lightsaber throw, it actually like sticks into them. So you have to like pull your lightsaber back out and just keep shooting. And
That's awesome.
the coordinated, as you got to do is look crazy, but it feels so real. It's unbelievable. So it's made by the same people who Kara's shirt she's wearing over there.
Secrets
So-
of the Empire.
I actually have a question. So you've seen, I'm sure everybody's seen this, like when people are doing like Beat Saber or whatever, and
Yep.
it shows like the person standing there with like the lightsabers coming out of the thing or whatever. How do people do that?
So I've looked that up, and it's basically you need two green screen and a corner, and then what you do is there's just a program that you run, or it's even part of that's on the Vive, is people run that.
Okay.
Is so when you stand there, it just takes the one corner and the second corner. Maybe it must be a floor too, but you need like a green screen area, and then when you're standing there, there's a program you can run where it doesn't show what you see, you chose that perspective and then fills it in.
That's pretty sweet. I
Yeah.
think that we should try and set something like that up because that'd be dope.
Well, it'd
Yeah,
be fun
it
to
would.
do something for that, like for like DuluCon, because then people, I mean, I can't tell you, we had the Quest there and we had the Vive, but the Vive was busy all day because people wanted to watch what people see. And with the Quest, you can only stream it, and it's just the quality isn't there. With the Vive, it's already hooked up to the computer, so it's just a direct display. So we can absolutely look into doing something like that. We have a
That'd be
room
cool.
perfect for it.
That's true. It's true.
As long as it doesn't go away. We need a green screen room anyways.
Yep.
So.
For more music videos.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I was just telling Kara and Chris before we started, there's another like fun little parody video thing I want to do and some other stuff I want to shoot, but green screen's always useful. We've been doing more Lego stuff. Just have a stockpiling up on that until we finish with the Good Bad series, which is almost over, Chris.
Well,
Well, I
we're,
think 7 just released.
No,
no, 7's next week.
Six,
seven's
six
next week.
terrible just came out.
Oh.
Yep, and then 7 good.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 good just is coming, and then the Fallen Order is out for back to the Star Wars video games. Fantastic
Yeah.
game, absolutely fantastic. I was just thinking on the way down here, how many droids have a place in my heart, and it doesn't have to just be from Star Wars. But like one of the original droids I saw was Short Circuit. I fell in love with Short Circuit.
Johnny 5.
Yes, from back in the day.
No disassemble.
No. And then, so then obviously, and then Bender's been a recent addition to my life. And I just can't get over Bender. And then you have K2SO, R2D2, C3PO, BB-8, BD-1 now.
He's so cute. and
Zoe
sweet. Oh
is
my
in,
gosh.
Zoe is your robot companion in,
I'd compare her to L3.
and then L3 from Solo.
Well, what about Ian Versio's droid from Infernal Squad?
That doesn't have as much of a personality. It's
it
what about
doesn't, but
Wally?
he's still cute.
Oh, Wally.
I was gonna-
Wally's my background on my
it's
laptop.
the sticker on his laptop.
You know the MacBook sticker thing people do?
Yeah.
I have Wally holding the apple. So because I love Wally so much.
Wally is
And even Eve is really cool
Yeah.
too. Oh, I love Wally.
The floor scrubbing robot. The Roomba 2.0.
So is anybody Sphero, right? Sphero makes a BB-8, a BB-90, and a really good R2D2. And we didn't do it while we were watching the movies, Chris, but these droids, you can set them up, and when you watch 1 through 7 or 1 through 8 now, they react to the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they make these droids, and they're 150 a piece back in the day, and then they definitely all go for like 75 now because they've been out for so long.
Well, something that was funny, like I don't know if this was reactions to the TV show or just because R2 wanted to be sassy, but when we were watching the Resistance episode, Jeremy had R2 hooked up, charging behind us, and as we were watching Resistance, R2 would be like chittering away and just reacting to different things. So I was like, do they have it set up to react to the TV show, or was that just
I don't know, but
because he's been silent since?
so here's what I wanted to talk about. One of
He's
the
waiting for Luke.
when I graduated from school, one of the things I wanted to go do was be like a programmer for Sphero, and they're based out of Colorado, and I thought it'd be really fun to like build these droids, right? So they just sent me an email, and actually I was going to talk about this too. So we love DJI's products; they
Yep.
make great stuff. DJI has a like robot, and how much is that robot?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
It's like $2,000, something
yeah, I'd have
crazy.
to look it up.
So this is what Sphero sent me. So they went like full blown big here. Okay, we can just put a picture on of it if it's not coming up.
Okay.
But that's the new droid. Okay, that
big is
Sphero made. It's pretty big. It's probably about the size of Billy here.
Oh, so
And-
when you say pretty, it's
Well, it's probably as tall as an R2 unit from Galaxy's Edge.
oh, okay.
And this thing is an Alexa / Google Home on wheels. Okay.
Interesting.
So why don't you guys throw out the price guess for this?
Boy, $1,000.
And it's too late now. So if you bought it before November 22nd, you would get $1,200 off MSRP.
$1,200 off MSRP?
Off
Okay, so I'm
MSRP.
going to guess it's $5,000.
yeah, I was gonna say around 5.
$3,200.
Yuck.
So Sphero went from making $150 robots to a $3,200 robot. You can finance through them for $134 a month.
For 3 years.
Oh my
Dang.
goodness. But it's like,
Well, here's the thing, like,
what can this do to change? Like, I guess you can like call it over to you. It'll bring you, like, it can do a lot of stuff.
I feel like that's something we would use for like a month and then it just kind of sit in a corner and we
Yeah.
wouldn't do anything with it.
Okay, so first off, it has a trailer hitch. Into the trailer lifestyle, Misty is too. Just hook her up via her built-in porch and she'll tow the reasonably weighted trailer of your choice.
What's reasonably weighted, like an actual car trailer? Like I need to move my snowmobiles.
I mean, I'm guessing that thing probably can't even tow a little red wagon.
Yeah.
You know?
Customizable arms. Misty's emotive arms can be removed and replaced with your own creations you 3D build or print. Headpiece attachment. A magnetized connection point on the side of Misty's head allows you to attach an additional accessories. She has a backpack, allows expandability via USB
My
and serial.
backpack's got jets.
Turns
He
it
needs to get me one of those.
It's so here's what she says. She has face detection and recognition, so she can do person tracking and talk to you with individual conversation. She has audio streaming. She can stream from a cloud service.
You know what this sounds like to me?
It sounds like you're trying to sell us this. This is not sponsored.
No,
content.
it isn't. It isn't. This is interesting. So 3D
Wait.
mapping and SLAM. You can use path planning, map cleanup, map presentation, and labeling annotation.
But you know what it kind of sounds like? The episode of Miley Cyrus in Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what it sounds
I
like.
mean, the little girl, she's kind of a loner, doesn't really have tons of friends, and so her dad buys her this little droid. And it's supposed to be just for fun. Like, she begs and begs and begs for it, so her dad buys it. But then she gets a personality, and you end up finding that Miley Cyrus is actually connected to this droid, spoiler, through some sort of, I don't know, electronic connections. I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's when things go awry.
Actually, it's a good droid.
It actually ends up being a good droid. It's crazy. They're able to rebuild. She is brain dead, and they're able to rebuild her personality with the logistics that they uploaded to the droid. They're able to take that back out and like rebuild her brain with it. That's Black Mirror's all about the future.
It's crazy.
I mean, I've seen Black Mirror.
Have you seen that
I haven't
one?
seen that episode, but I've seen the first 3 seasons.
But that's what it reminds me of. Like, you said it's got the facial recognition and can hold conversation personalized to you and everything like that. So
Yeah, she's coming. She kind of looks like Eve too from Wall-E.
it kind of does,
being
yeah,
a witch.
a little bit.
But
Looks like one of the jungle troopers from Endor.
yeah, the goggles
Yeah.
are the scout trooper.
That's
Scout
true.
trooper.
That's true. Kind of does.
I bet you she's more competent than those scout troopers.
Probably fly a speeder bike better. So because you guys haven't watched the thing yet, when I was editing the thing, so Luke isn't trying to go through the trees sideways.
He's not?
Nope, he swerves around them.
Really?
100%. I watched the footage that I was watching. It was like, oh, he's totally just dodging around the trees. He's not swooping through the middle.
Oh, it looks like he's turning sideways to, like, make himself more narrow.
Yeah.
That's what it totally looks like.
Yeah, so like when the shot comes back, he's like goes like this to like recenter himself on the line. Or whatever,
Stupid.
so.
Oh
So did you
my
pick on Kara
gosh.
with a caption?
What? No, I said that like because it's not like I watched it like 5 or 6 times just because of, like I was like whatever, and then I was rewatching. I was like, wait a minute, he's not going through the tree there. I don't think. So it took several attempts for me to actually see that he was not going through it. So I left it in there, but like because it wasn't patently obvious that he was swerving around
Right.
them.
They got to do
So.
a better job at that.
Yeah, come on. Jeez.
Come on. Disney fix that. Take that.
No, we don't want Disney
Grunky.
to fix any McClunky. Yeah.
McClunky.
Oh my gosh.
McGonagall.
McGonagall.
You said a blinky. I
You
love
said a
it.
blinky.
Anyways, I wanted to give a shout out. There's no Mandalorian spoilers in this episode, so
That's a good thing to say at the 14-minute mark.
I know.
we can put it in the comments or something. But I wanted to do like a little shout out too. I wanted to do another shout out to BRD11. We did a shout out to BRD11 in a video that has yet to come out like 2 months ago.
We shot that in August.
Isn't that crazy?
When it was actually warm.
Yes, and when it was actually warm. But no, I just wanted to just do a shout out to all the people that like tune in and watch. We just really love every single one of you, and we really appreciate you guys like coming and checking out.
Even
our
if we're
stuff.
bad at replying to comments sometimes.
I try. I love it. I read everyone and try to click them, like them, and really reply to them. So, but anyways, so that's the Star Wars stuff. If you haven't played Jedi Fallen Order, that I'm endorsing. Go ahead and go play that. It's amazing. It is awesome.
It's very
It's
good.
a lot
It's
of fun.
very good.
But then just Vader Immortal is really, really good too. But anyways, so Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie,
We finally watched that. I know it came out last year, but we finally watched
we finally got to watch that. So it's a tremendous movie. And then, so we were bitching about streaming services. And so the streaming services, I quit HBO because I was like, I can't have all these streaming services.
I
So
finally finished Chernobyl.
before
So,
it ran out, we're like, okay, it ended on the 14th of November. We're like, okay, we got to watch this, and this. And Bohemian Rhapsody was on there. And so that's a fantastic movie.
so good. Have
it
you
was
seen it, Chris?
Nope.
No.
I don't have time to watch movies.
Oh,
So you just know it's about Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me realize like how much talent there was, especially in that time in history, the musical talent was just out of this world. But be able to like do the music that he's doing, and so Facebook came out with an app, and you can like sing into it and tells you how much like Freddie
Yeah.
Mercury you are.
Was it 0%?
no. I think my highest was like 63%.
is that
He's one of the all-time greatest singers.
he's amazing. It's
Amen to
unbelievable.
that.
It's
Amen.
unbelievable.
He's
It's,
my
Mercury
favorite
is
singer
like-
ever.
Yeah.
it's just I can't believe what he can do, like with his range that he can do. You need to see Bohemian Rhapsody.
He
than the
had
actual
extra incisors. And so that's why, his mouth was kind of funny looking. And I guess tons of people were like, you need to get that fixed. You need to get that fixed. But he never did because he said it would change his sound completely.
Yeah, it gave him more
Makes
room in
sense.
his mouth to hit
Yep.
like more different variety of tones.
Just more
and,
room in the...
ranges and tones. And it just, so we were singing, so Kara did Bohemian Rhapsody in the Facebook test, and then I did Don't Stop Me Now.
It's my all-time favorite Queen song.
And so, which we have on Rock Band now, which I'm sure you do too.
Yes.
But anyway, so I tried singing it. And when you get put on the spot to sing like Freddie Mercury to have a computer judge you, I completely choked up.
Would you 0%?
I got 30, but it was obviously it was being nice. It was being nice. Really, it was 0%. Is what it was. It was pretty bad. But it's I love those I just love like Queen and those songs and everything like that. And we were trying to figure out what Queen was number one at because they don't have the most records sold. Because after we watched Bohemian Rhapsody, they don't have this and that, but they do have, and it's objectively speaking, depending on your point of view, but the best live performance of all time was at the
Yeah.
Live Aid concert.
They had said that things came out afterwards saying that Freddie Mercury, it was the most energy he ever had. Like it was just very engaging, and I almost got teary-eyed watching Bohemian Rhapsody, seeing like they tried to make everything as accurate as possible, but like seeing the reactions he got from all the people and how they participated in everything, it was crazy.
It
I
was
was
pretty
like,
cool.
oh my gosh,
And the
like, I would have killed to see one of the Queen.
his manager, so he Queen, he left to go solo for a year or two or whatever there, and then his manager declined his appearance at Live Aid, and then he found out, and then he fired his manager, and then he reached out.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, he reached out and got back to get better with Queen, and they were coming back, and they weren't like a major headliner at that venue, but they ended up being like the most popular, best performance of that venue.
Have you seen the side-by-side comparison of the actual Live Aid performance and the one in the movie?
No.
So that's the only thing that I've actually seen because someone's like, it's insane how accurate it is. Like,
Oh, really?
Like down to like gestures and like positioning on the stage and stuff.
Ooh,
It's like,
I want to see that.
I do
It's really
too.
freaking good. And then it takes, because I haven't seen the movie, but from what I've heard, like the bits of the performance are kind of spread out throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And this condenses it all into one thing. Like they completely reshot the entire performance.
Oh, that's cool.
That's amazing.
So you can see both of them literally just the split screen side by side.
Right.
And
That's
it's
awesome.
amazing.
What I was going to say about overall in general about the movie is for once when you're doing this style of movie, they nailed the pacing. Like they don't waste any
Right.
time. It's just they go through everything that happened.
But it's not too fast.
No.
Like you feel lost. Like I feel a lot of movies it's either really slow and they drag out unnecessary parts, or it's too fast and you're like, wait a second, what just happened? How did we get here? But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, it was perfectly paced. It was fast enough. I mean, it engaged me the whole entire time.
absolutely.
Because sometimes like these, not documentary types, but these types
Like
of movies.
based on real stories,
Yes.
Right.
movies.
Yep.
Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, is it done yet?
Move along.
Right? Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
So next movie I do want to watch is Rocket Man, and that's the Elton John.
Oh yeah,
one.
that's the Elton John one.
I also love me some Elton John.
I do love Elton John, but I was like, I'm definitely was excited about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Here's the thing: my best friend, she said that she likes Rocket Man more than Bohemian Rhapsody.
No way.
She said it's better.
No way.
And then there's also another one.
Freddie
about the
Mercury,
Motley
though.
Crue.
I'm lukewarm on Motley Crue.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. But
I want to say the actor who played Freddie Mercury did an
Yeah.
outstanding job.
I think he got Best Actor for that.
At least nominated, I think. I'm
One
not
of
sure.
the two.
He did a
Definitely not.
fantastic job.
But so we were talking to Bill, and so A Star Is Born came out the same year, which I watched after watching Bohemian Rhapsody. And we were talking to Bill, and he had watched A Star Is Born that year. Both were up for an Oscar, and he said he was upset because Bohemian won it over A Star Is
But
Born.
had he seen Bohemian?
He hadn't seen Bohemian
Whoa.
Rhapsody at that point. I think he has now, and he said it's good. So
It's really, really good.
I highly recommend you watch it.
It's really, really good. So because of that, I dusted off the old Rock Band and checked some of our songs, and so now I want to definitely play again. I had to like resync the TV and get game mode turned on, but that is
Saying "Don't Stop Me Now."
my fingers are not what they used to. Do you think, Chris? How long would it take you to get back into Rock Band shape? Because how long?
I would 100% guarantee you I could walk in right now and do it.
Could you really?
On expert,
You have
no
no
problem.
loss in.
No problem at all.
Because I definitely felt slow hitting the notes, and so.
I guarantee that your calibration's goofy too, so I'm going to go in and fix that.
No, I fixed it. It felt pretty good. It's about 90% of the way there. It
We
was
should
enough
record
for
ourselves, and
playing
that
Rock
could be a
Band?
fun
little
clip
video.
that way.
I'm going to
Comment
stand
below
behind
and
the camera and play.
Right? Well, we'll each wear. I know. I suppose it would have to be facing us. I was going to say a GoPro, but then yeah, it'd have to be facing us.
Like you just game capture the
There you go.
footage,
Yeah. Let's do it.
show that. But
Let's do it.
there's some fun bass lines there. The only annoying thing about all the Queen songs is they have, if you play guitar, they have like a 70 measure intro where you don't get to play.
Yeah, it's really funny. So I poor Jeremy is it was like 20 measures, but like I would be singing right away. And that's not the hard thing about singing Queen on Rock Band. You don't have a start note. Like you just have to know. Because a lot of times Freddie Mercury would come in at the exact same time like the piano would come in or the guitar would come in. So like I said, you don't have that starting note to sing.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little hard to make sure you're on the right pitch.
Did you buy Rivals, the upgrade?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
Well, because I was trying to transfer all because my sister has a PS4. I haven't been able to afford current gen consoles or
Right.
anything, but I was like, well, I'll set it as my PS4
Right.
so I can transfer everything over. And we were having, I still didn't get everything.
Big,
Like we literally for months were having issues with it. And I couldn't figure it out. And, we got some stuff to work out, but I did purchase it because you needed that to do something, to
No.
get something on there or whatever. So I have all the stuff, and I think part of it was the way that their internet was set up and stuff like that. Like I think it was dropping out when it was trying to do stuff, and it would fail things.
Got it.
It was a pain in the butt because you can from my house I can log in and tell it to download stuff to the PlayStation.
Got it.
And stuff. So I was trying to do it that way initially because it's fixed now, but the router and modem combination they can only support 4 or 5 devices at a time, and they have 15 devices on it
Right.
because they had the bone stock stuff you get from the internet service provider.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's worth it to buy your own stuff to be able to run all the things you need to do. You don't get charged $10 or $15 a month for
Right.
your modem.
Right.
And then combo modem routers are just the worst.
They are.
So separating those out from each other, and then it's a dual band one, so they can set one band for guests, one band for their home stuff,
Yep.
and all that. So they've finally got all that set up.
You're speaking my language right now.
So-
My mom's going through the same
Speaking
thing.
of which, there's a certain thing that hasn't been connected to my internet yet.
I
Jeremy.
know. The Raspberry Pi.
Oh.
It's sitting in a clump on my desk.
I know. That one's hard. The Pi Zero is hard because you don't have a GUI interface to work off of, so you have to remote into it to do it. And so I think I had got it set up, but I'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed.
The pie hole is nice.
It is nice. Sucks up all the ads.
Yep.
If you don't have a pie hole, get one. Lord knows there's so many ads in this world
It's
nowadays.
just a little $35 computer, and you download a thing, Raspberry Pi image, and you just put it on the SD card, plug it in, connect it to your network.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not even something that would sponsor you. It's more of like an educational company, so I don't even think they're for profit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they just want people to have powerful computers at a really low price.
Oh, that's cool.
The Pi 4 is really cool, so it can run all old emulators and everything like that. That's what I want to play, the Team Rocket
Oh yeah.
ROM hack.
Yeah. Fire Red Rocket Edition or
Oh,
whatever
it's
it is.
so funny. You don't catch Pokemon. You steal other people's. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
they did a ROM hack where you play as the Team Rocket member, and then your storyline intersects with Red's storyline from
Yeah.
Fire Red or from Red.
Yep.
So you end up because there's the Rocket Grunt you have to challenge before you go and pick up the fossils in Mount Moon and stuff, and you're that Rocket Grunt.
Yep.
You guys are way beyond
That's our
me.
childhood.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't allowed to
Nostalgia.
play Pokemon.
Little
I
pocket
don't know.
monsters.
But speaking of Pokemon, you've been playing Pokemon.
I know. Sword and Shield is really good.
Yeah.
It's really
I
fantastic.
wouldn't know.
So
I know.
the new Ponyta is friggin' adorable.
Yep.
It's a little white unicorn with cotton candy tail and
Yeah.
mane and little poofs on its leg.
And Rapidash is a
They're
unicorn
so
now.
cute.
Psychic
Too bad that's
Fairy.
Shield only.
I got it.
Ponyta Shield.
Jeremy
Oh.
traded for one, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
Shield
It's
exclusive.
a Shield exclusive. Yeah.
Is that the one you trade your Farfetch for?
Yep. Not my. I got an extra Farfetch to trade for. I would never give up Surfetched.
I was going to say, Jeremy's got Surfetched.
He's got a leek sword.
He's
How'd
so
you get your
cute.
3 crits in one battle?
I got lucky. I got the 3 crits, and he evolved into Sirfetch'd.
What level was he when you did it?
Like 33 or 34.
Did you have the leak held item?
I did.
Oh, okay, that helps a lot.
Yep. And I was really nice. I had caught 3 Farfetch'd.
Far-fetched.
The first one didn't have the leak. The second one I got had the leak, and the third one actually had the leak. So I was nice.
Oh, that's pretty uncommon.
yeah, it is actually. And so I gave.
That's really not the trade one you gave
Yes,
the leak. That's
yep.
sweet.
I was just so appreciative of because I was telling Chris, I'm like, I don't know how to use Discord. It's so hard. And so
Jeremy's just old man. This Discord, these young people.
well, here's what I love.
Yeah.
Both trade
Come on,
interactions. Yeah. Both trade interactions I had on Discord. I got onto the Pokemon Sword Shield Discord server where you can request trades. And so I put my thing in, like my name in there, and I said, looking for, and here's what I have. And both times I've traded now, people just direct message me and they say, hey man, I have that, what you're looking for. And so I'm just so appreciative of the people that reach out and help me, that I was like, hey man, here you can have this really cool Sirfetch'd with, or this Farfetch'd with the leak item to help you out. And so he's like,
that's
oh, thank
cool.
you so much, man. And then I got one of the starters, Chris. I finally made it to the Pokemon daycare and got Soddle in there and got a baby one to trade. And then, but apparently there's an apple. It's an apple Pokemon. Literally an apple. And it's red, and then the shiny one is green. So it's like
So
tart
Granny
apple.
Smith and Red Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are going nuts for the tart apple. And I've been reading on the subreddit, people will hatch eggs. And so far, like this one guy's like, after 800 eggs, I finally got mine.
Oh my
I
gosh.
bet he's got crappy IVs too.
Probably.
And then okay, so on the flip side of it, I was trying to get, this is just nerd down hard. On the flip side of it, the Wonder Trade is still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a Wonder Trade?
You put
You
a
just
random
randomly
Pokemon,
throw. Yeah.
You put.
I thought you were saying that Wonder Trade wasn't in the game.
No, Wonder Trade is the, like I put up.
Oh,
this,
that's right.
Yep.
I like Wonder Trade a lot.
Okay, I got a Japanese Ditto,
Nice.
and that's on the forums. Everyone is LFing looking for Japanese Ditto, because if you have
And how did you get one?
in a Wonder Trade, a guy gave me one.
Dang.
Yeah.
So everybody's like freaking out, wanting it super bad, and Jeremy's just like a random.
Yeah.
Well,
the luck of the
thanks.
Jeremy.
Yeah, I got a Japanese Ditto. He was like level 50. I don't know how many. I don't know. Like maybe he doesn't have good IVs, or maybe he does. But people are looking for like 4 or 5 IV, perfect IV Dittos. But so if you have one from a foreign region, you drop it off the daycare. Allegedly, you're supposed to increase your shiny rate.
How
So-
much does daycare cost?
Oh, it's free.
That
it's
is
Pokemon daycare.
unrealistic.
It's like
Yeah.
it used to be. So it used to be the
Based
longer
on the
you
number
left
of
him
steps,
in.
yeah, it would
Now
cost.
it's a $5,000 fee to drop them off, and then that's it.
Oh, I was gonna say that's more realistic.
Yeah.
My boss my boss had a kid. I think she's 1 year old now, and like paying for daycare and stuff. She's like, I need to get a second job.
Seriously.
It's ridiculous.
But okay, so back to Pokemon. I have seen some things, and some people are not too happy with the Dynamax.
It's fine. It's not even that big part. It's not even a big part of the game, really. The only annoying thing was so every gym leader, so you get Dynamax, and their like way around it is every gym leader. There's only certain spots you can Dynamax Pokemon, and it happens to be in gyms. Hence why the gyms are in those locations, so they can Dynamax. But if you think about like the reason why Pokemon fighting would be a big deal in Pokemon World is because it's a spectacle for people to challenge the gym leaders.
Yep.
So to me, all it's doing is capitalizing on the spectacle for the viewers. So it makes sense that they'd want to see like just this. Because you hit the
40
Pokeball
foot
and,
long
and
Meowth,
it grows,
yeah.
and then they just take the ball. Like literally in the game, they're like.
Well, the first one you fought was a PETA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I looked at
was
Jeremy. I was
Dynamax
like, I just
PETA.
imagine this big old PETA being like, cool, you know, like, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
It's so funny, and it looks funny. But anyway, so every gym leader has their last Pokemon they'll Dynamax, and I thought if I didn't Dynamax mine, it might not Dynamax. No, it doesn't matter. You can only be Dynamax for 3 turns. Then you get to the last battle, and then it's like they'll Dynamax, you Dynamax, and if your type is there, you can still one shot them. So if you have the right typing, if you don't, but it's kind of fun too. So then there is Dynamax versions, which I saw a funny meme of Charizard like trying to get all the other ones to calm down because he's like they're like. dude, you got 2 Dynamaxes and a Megalution or whatever. And Charizard's like, no, guys, I can explain. And then somebody's like, I only got a Dynamax. And then they show like Incineroar, and he's like, I didn't even get anything. So he doesn't have a Dynamax or other form. But it's funny because people just love Charizard.
Well, who doesn't love Charizard? Char.
So all the Mega Evolutions and Z moves and Dynamax and stuff, like, it's interesting, but it's like, I just want regular core gameplay.
Right.
Like,
It's there.
it's gimmicky to me, all those things.
It's there, but it's not leaned on heavily. So all your other interactions and all your battles and everything like that are like that. And I really like that they did a Pokemon camp now. So anywhere when you're out on the road, you can set up a tent, and you can heal your Pokemon right there. You can make them food, and then you can play like fetch with them, and shake the toy. And
Is it Brock's little Pokemon Chow or whatever?
it's not the rice balls; it's curry now. Everything is curry. Everything.
Why?
I don't know, but everything is curry. It's
Well, didn't you say it
hilarious.
takes place in
Well,
England?
yes.
How funny would it have been if it was like fish and chips or something like that?
Well, because of the influence of India on England, there's lots
I
of
suppose.
places to get curry in India.
There is.
Or, sorry, in England.
But it's so funny.
There
So
is.
it's like,
Well, everything in Alola was Malsala.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
So
right.
I think it's just sort of like a regional fare of some type. But fish and chips would have been funnier.
It would have been hilarious.
But
Curry fish and chips.
Oh, yuck.
What's really funny is people will come into your world, and you can't interact with. You can talk to them, and if you talk to them, they will give you a food item, and the food item being that you mix in with your curry. You can get hot dogs, chips, salad,
Canned something. Because I
canned
remember
beans.
you looked at me and you're like, Kara, if you ran into a stranger, would you accept a tin can of beans from them?
And so when you make the curry, all it does is it's the curried version of that. So it's like the hot dog and curry, or it's
Ew, I
canned
feel that's
beans and
gross.
curry,
That's
or
gross.
it's salad and curry. So it's just really funny.
So it's not as robust as like the Breath of the Wild cooking system.
No, it's not as robust. But here's what's funny: there's a Pokedex, and then there's a Curry Dex, and you know how you get.
I
rated?
heard about that.
Yeah, so you can get 5 variants of each one, like sweet, bitter, spicy, bland, and then one other one, and then of each of those curries. So you can make like dry hot dog, spicy hot dog, sweet hot dog curry. So there's 5 variants too. So you need to find all the base food, and then you need to be able to mix all the curry variants. And there's a guy who gives you rewards based on your
Your
Interesting.
decks.
curry decks.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
It's fun. It's very nostalgic. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's if you liked. My favorite of all the region gens was X and Y because it was like the robust thing without feeling too gimmicky. Sun and Moon wasn't an app, but it feels closer to X and Y than Sun and Moon did because they didn't shove Dynamax down your face. Like you don't have to even worry about it. You just do it to your last battle on the gym leader.
Jeremy's being smart. He's allowing me to dress his character.
I look dapper.
Yeah, he does.
The only thing that's stupid is if you go and get a haircut and then you decide, like I went, so there's different clothes shops have different stuff for sale, but I went in and to the hairstyle and I didn't know if different salons had different hairstyles and they don't. So I sat in the chair and I was like, oh, I don't want anything here because I like my haircut. I just wanted to see if there's anything else.
He's got a
They
nice
still
point.
charge you $3,000. She's like, are you sure you want to keep the exact same haircut? You didn't change anything. And I'm like, yes, because I just want to leave. And she's like, and she just redoes it and you pay the $3,000. It's
You
like,
know
what the heck?
what? It's like in the real world. Every
Yeah.
3 months, you should get yourself a trim.
I like the idea of you walking into a real barber shop somewhere and sitting down and be like, you know what? Actually, I like
good.
my haircut.
They still charge you.
I guarantee you, they would charge you for sitting in that
They
chair.
probably
Yeah.
would. They probably would.
If you like bailed on them. Yeah,
They sit down, they put the apron on you. It's like, what kind of haircut you think about today? And then you so then you sit there for like 5 minutes not saying anything because you're looking at the menu.
right.
Wait.
If only haircuts were
When
like
guys, I was going to say, you guys don't actually have menus. So
No, but I'm saying like the menu of the game.
Well,
So you're like just sitting there and like silently, just like totally still. And he's like, oh, excuse me, sir. And you're like, no, actually, I'm good with my haircut and pop up. And he's like, oh, that's going to be $25, please.
I wouldn't doubt
Oh,
it.
I wish my haircut cost $25.
Well, your haircut's a lot more complicated than like mine or Jeremy's.
Jeremy's
really
is like,
easy.
zzz. He actually wants me to try cutting his hair. He's asked me before.
I guarantee you I could do that haircut too. I cut
There
my
you go.
own hair.
I know, and I've like, but when we gotta, we'll add
when
a
do I-
barber chair.
Yeah, so it's like, when do I not see?
That's true.
Hey, a barber chair could probably also double as a dental chair.
Oh.
I'll just do your cleanings at home.
Oh, you're so funny.
I just realized I was supposed to give my dad a haircut today.
Oh, whoops.
I didn't bring the trimmer with me.
Oops. Well,
My dad has the same haircut as you.
there you go. So then you could do it.
Does your dad have more hair, though?
That's debatable.
Oh, there you go.
So debating.
I mean, if my dad's watching, which he's totally not, he totally has more hair. I don't know if my dad knows how to use YouTube at all.
I had a funny story where one of the recent times I went to get a haircut, we were talking about a menu. The mom didn't know what her son wanted, but the son would look through the magazine and then he picked out what he wanted. So, and that's how I used to do it back in the day. Like my mom would show me 3 or 4 haircuts in a magazine that in the reception area. Like, which one of these do you like? And I'd be like, oh, I like that one. So then she would, just show the lady, do this to my son's hair, please.
When I was in high school, I would go online and I would find a picture of a haircut I liked. I'd print it out and I would bring it in.
See, there you guys, it's a menu. It's just a picture menu. That's all it is.
Yeah. I'd like a number 3, please.
Yes.
And
With
I just go
super
and I'm like,
Super size. I get the Beehive super size.
Well, I just want
Dynamax haircut.
I just want hair coming back. That's all I want.
I like the idea of Dynamaxing a haircut now.
There you go. We can
okay, your guys' cosplay. Dynamax haircuts, and I want you to have like glowing pink red stuff coming out from around it. And
I'll just borrow some of Ponyta's mane. And
what you need to do, you know those balls, so they start out really small, and then you pull them, and like it enlarges into something bigger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the connected ones.
Right. So what you guys need to do is you need to have something like that on your head and have it be nice and small, and then you'd be like Dynamax, and you hit a button, and the thing like enlarges, and the light starts shining. And
That would be really funny.
how great would that be?
And then you have to sit there and explain what the joke is to people because they don't understand that you're talking about Dynamaxing a haircut.
Then they'd be like, "Oh, you watch Rise of the Podcast too?" And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
we do.
We are riding the podcast.
Yeah.
So
We're also our own viewers.
right.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Please do that. I will help you guys do that. Chris, your beard has to Dynamax as well.
Oh my
your
goodness.
beard would be
I almost
Dynamax.
trimmed my beard down today. It gets all tangly and I don't like it. Like it takes work to maintain. I'm not about that life. I just want to roll out of bed and be like, yep, this is good enough, and then go.
All right, I get that.
Yep. I wish someday when I don't have to shave my beard for work, I'll grow one out.
Never again a mustache. I'm sorry, that's just out of the question. So one more thing about Pokemon.
Okay.
So we all know that Tesla revealed their new truck. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Bear with me. I saw a meme and it said, "Oh, Tesla's truck is looking better and better," and it had the body of the Tesla truck, but then the rest of it looked like a Porygon.
Oh, that's funny. The bottom half of a Porygon.
That's awesome. I thought you were going to say somebody superimposed a Pokeball over the ball that he threw at the window.
Well, let's see.
that's-
Let's see if I can find a picture we can
If
post.
somebody hasn't done that, we should do that.
Yeah, right.
Let's
right,
see
right.
it.
I've also seen one done as a warthog, which is kind of funny. With Master Chief riding in the back, and then like a Covenant shooting at the front of it. What was he thinking, Chris?
It's the
Somebody
worst
will buy
looking
it.
vehicle I've ever seen.
Somebody will buy it.
I've seen a lot of ugly vehicles, most of the ones that you've ever owned.
I won't go. That's quite a bit.
Oh, I can't. It's not.
We'll
there
see
it
if
is.
we can find
There
it.
it is. I found it.
Oh, the internet doesn't take long to. Oh, that looks pretty good. It's a double one, Chris.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's so
Show it to your
funny.
camera.
Oh, it's so great.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize it's got Jesse and James in it too.
No way. Let me see that. That's hilarious. And we all throw it in the top. That's awesome.
Well, now I want one.
I just stack
As
them.
long as it's double with the tail and the 2 legs.
Too. Yeah.
That's so funny. But I want, you let us know, comment below if you like Tesla's new truck and if you've played any of these new, Fallen Order or the new Pokemon game, because I really enjoyed it. I know the
Or
internet-
Vader Immortal Chapter 3.
Yeah.
Oh, the dojo's so good. And the storyline is fantastic, but I can't talk about that. So,
It turns out
Jeremy.
that Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Right? Spoiler.
right?
I was gonna say, if you haven't seen that, you're 40 years behind. So, probably not quite 40 years at this point.
It
But
would have been 80, so 40
Oh.
years next year.
That's crazy. So, anyways, that's all I have. So,
All right, well, since we're wrapping up, you might as well put a like on this video. If you made it this far, I think we've earned that like. We tried pretty hard, I think. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of everything that we upload. It means a lot to us. We really appreciate it. Like Jeremy said, comment below. talk about all the things. I really do want to see how people feel about the Tesla.
I do too.
Because like we
Me
see
too.
all the memes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's like people are disinterested in it. It's just funny.
Right.
There's a Halo Tesla truck meme.
That's,
Yes.
I said that when you were
Oh,
looking
did
it
you?
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
With Matt.
So, anyway, do all the things. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And of course,
May the force be with you.